Hey guys, it's me Maple, of course, and in this video I am going to be going through the Seed Savers Exchange seed catalog. Um, I thankfully changed my address through the USPS, so they successfully redirected my mail, because otherwise I wouldn't have gotten this. Hopefully they do it with every bit of, well, every single one of these seed catalogs, because I subscribed to a lot of free seed catalogs. And they were all to the previous address. So I wasn't expecting to move as quickly or as soon as I did, and I don't even know where to begin with going and changing every single one of them, because I don't even remember what I subscribed to. So hopefully they all get changed to my current address. But anyways, if you notice any weird ink spots on my fingers, it is because I was filling this pen in a previous attempt at recording this video. This fountain pen, I gotta get used to this camera because it's on my microphone stand. It's like hooked onto it. So this is awkward. I'm trying my best to make this enjoyable to watch. Forgive me. But yeah, that's where all the green ink spots came from. So anyways, let's start going through this seed catalog. I don't know where this place is located. I should probably look that up. I wonder if it says it on the back here. It's got my address on it, so I'm not going to show it. Okay, they're located in Iowa. Now, I'm pretty sure our climate is much different than Iowa. So these seeds are probably not the best to be purchasing for my area in Connecticut. But I can always try it out. You know, there's still plants that are probably grow during the right time of year and with the right care. Executive Director Mike Bollinger. This is, I usually ignore a lot of the beginning pages. They're just showing off their heirloom varieties, at least some of them. Maybe their most popular or favorite ones. We got Lavender Double, which is a poppy. Joe's Big Blocky Red, which is a bell pepper. Dallas Edwards, which is a pole bean. Himalayan Celosia, I'm assuming is how it's pronounced. It's a very large, tall, flowering plant. Mostly just for its flowers, just like the poppy. Then we got a beefsteak tomato called Council Bluffs Heirloom. Snow on the Mountain. Lima beans. Everybody's favorite. Hearlead Blue, I think is how you're supposed to pronounce that. It's a type of corn. Sweet corn, so you can eat that off the cob. And then all cream lettuce. Now, I think if a lettuce tastes creamy, then that's probably a sign you shouldn't eat it, but maybe that's just me. Maine's Gold Tomato. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a huge fan of tomatoes. I know a lot of people love tomatoes. I love ketchup. You know, I'll eat marinara sauce. I like salsa, especially the fresher kinds, especially the more authentic kinds, rather than the nasty jars of stuff that you can buy at the supermarket, which can be okay, but usually are just gonna. But I'm not the type of person who's gonna go outside to pick a tomato off a plant and eat it. Some people are, a lot more than I thought are like that. If you are, more power to you, and more for you. But there's only one variety of tomato that I've tried that I really, really liked. So much so that I did try eating it off the plant once, and it was okay. Not as bad as I was expecting. Because I've tried cherry tomatoes. I think one time I tried a Roma tomato, which, bad idea. Those are, I think the beefsteak tomatoes are the kinds that you're supposed to, or that you can eat like that. Just taking a bite out of it. And a lot of the other varieties you probably wouldn't, but you still can. I think cherry tomatoes you're supposed to eat raw. It's usually added to salads and stuff, which I've tried liking them. I've tried enjoying them. It's difficult, but I'll still try again. I'm sure I'm sure it's an acquired taste, but there's one variety that's kind of similar to this one in color. It's like a bell-shaped cherry tomato that's orange/yellow. It's beautiful. They're extremely easy to grow, especially in that part of California that I was growing them. I don't remember the name. My mother bought them, I think, as a plant from a nursery. And then I just kept growing it year after year. And I mean, they would pop up anyways, but I like, at peak, like 30 starters and stuff. It's difficult to keep them around because the gophers would just destroy everything. I tried everything to stop them, but gophers and California temperatures and dryness, it's really difficult to keep anything alive. But I did manage with a few things. I wonder if they kept my pepper trees and olive trees and my plum trees. I hope they keep the datura. Anyways, oh well. But yeah, that was one tomato variety that I loved. I made a pizza sauce from it. 100% made at home pizza. I didn't like grow flour or wheat and make flour and all that stuff, but like from scratch and as many homegrown ingredients as possible. I think I used homegrown onion, tomato, garlic, that I grew personally, and everything else I had to substitute. I don't got any goats, or I can't make cheese, cows, whatever. But God, I'm awkward. Anyways, that was the best pizza I've ever had in my life. It was a Chicago style pizza, and I made it based off of a video that I saw that I think came out around that time. And just everything lined up perfectly. I don't remember his name, but he's a popular cook. He's got a popular YouTube cook now. He's got a mustache, and he's a tall, skinny. I wouldn't say skinny. He's a tall, muscly ginger. I can't remember his name for the life of me. I haven't watched him in a while, but you might know who I'm talking about if you watch a lot of cooking channels. Anyways, that tangent completed. 3-pound coffee can. An asparagus named 3-pound coffee can. Interesting. Americanshire brawn lettuce. Interesting. An asparagus years in the making. Oh, this asparagus. Okay, so this is the first asparagus, or this is the first time they're introducing this particular asparagus. A very special asparagus variety cultivated at Seed Savers Exchange, their heritage farm headquarters in Decorah, Iowa, for more than 2 decades. In 2019, Diane Ott Wheely, SSE's co-founder, shared the story of their heirloom asparagus, blah 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 blah. Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah, I don't like asparagus. I'll eat it, but I don't like, I'm never gonna grow it. Like, no offense to anyone who loves asparagus out there, but the amount of effort and time it takes to grow asparagus compared to what it tastes like and the amount of things that you can actually like use it in is not worth growing. I mean, it might be for you if you really like asparagus, but I don't. I'm trying to figure out where the camera is. There you are. There you are. I see you. Okay. Who is sending me messages on Discord? I need to know. Oh, Prinkle Pants. Bam, got him. 12 hours between responses. Alright. Also new for 2023. Okay, I had to mute myself there for a second. So we got Anua lettuce, a Hawaiian name. Did I actually pronounce that right? Anua. That sounds stupid. I'm assuming it's Anua. May mean a rainbow, but this lettuce is beautiful. A uniform bright green. Okay, so it's that one. Giant imperial stalk. It's a striking flower. Checks all the boxes. It's got a sweet clove-like scent. That one's, yeah, that's pretty. Pastels, statis mixture. Flowers. Perfect for drying as it holds its color well. Also shines in borders and fresh cut boutiques. Or boutiques, bouquets. Why did I say boutiques? The fuck? Oh, shit. God damn it. I didn't say anything. Just keep relaxing. Strella green lettuce. That's an interesting looking lettuce right there. That looks like it's growing. Oh, never mind, those are little pots. Kind of the background almost looked like it was maybe a grow system. Like aquaponics and stuff. Which I am very much into aquaponics and permaculture. Cajun jewel okra or okra. I've never had okra in my life. It looks weird, not gonna lie. It looks like a miniature loofah from the small pictures I've seen. It looks like it probably hurts your teeth to eat and it doesn't taste that great. I'm probably wrong. I know I'm wrong because people like it apparently, but it's like one of those foods that I'm gonna have to try one day. Let's just leave it at that. Okay. Ruby Parfait Celosia. Pretty flower. Very simple. Looks like it'd be great for pollinators. Zinnia mixture. I love zinnias. I had a hard time growing them last time I bought some seeds, but they did turn out pretty. Honeybee mixture. Nice. Hopefully it accommodates more than just honeybees. I like honey. I like honeybees, but they're not native. There's a lot of different bee varieties that I'd like to help out, which, if you are in the area to grow milkweeds, sage, lavender, mints, those are all great pollinator friendly plants for North America. That's just a small variety of large families of plants. But anyways, their best sellers: King of the North pepper, King of the North pepper. Crisp, sweet pepper produces until first frost, making it ideal for short growing seasons and cooler climates. Good, 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 good. I might have to get that one. So I do love peppers. I've not eaten them nearly as much, mostly because I'm so much more busy than I was expecting to be, and I hate it. Black Beauty zucchini looks like a nice, simple zucchini variety, which I do like zucchini. I think I still have a bunch of pepper, zucchini, and yellow crook squash frozen. Nothing that I grew, unfortunately. Detroit dark red beet. Not a big fan of beets. Amish paste tomato. Alright, I mean, looks like a simple tomato. Not bad. 5-color silver beet Swiss chard. I think I've had Swiss chard, but I can't remember. Basil, Genovese basil. Classic large-leaved Italian sweet basil. Prized for its flavor and heady aroma. A top pick for mini cooks when making pesto. Never had pesto. I told a coworker that, and they got really offended. And I don't know why. Benari's giant zinnia. Cool. Double blossoms all summer long. That's cool. Definitely want to have plenty of flowers whenever I start growing. Empress bean. Not really into growing beans. I like growing sweet peas. Those I love growing. Dragon carrot. That is a beautiful looking carrot right there. I bet that tastes pretty good. Walton butternut. I've always wanted to try butternut squash. I still haven't. The one time that we had butternut squash that we got gifted, weirdly, it went bad before we ever cooked it. Yet again, I'm gone all day. Like, from lunchtime to nearly midnight, I'm gone. So, I get to make breakfast. Sometimes I get to make breakfast for myself. And then, I might make a sandwich for lunch to take with me, but usually I'm just eating there. It's awful, man. I wish I could stay home for longer. Work days should not be 8 hours long, even though it's closer to 10 hours because of the commute and forced lunches and stuff like that. Seeds garden, gathering more of a seed saver. And it starts with the beans. Beans. Look at all them beans. We got Black Valentine, Bountiful, Burpees, Stringless Green Pod, Cherokee Trail of Tears, Dark, Climbing French, New Dallas Edwards, we already went through that one. Dragon's Tongue, those look cool. It's exceptionally crisp and juicy pods. This Dutch wax bean bears large 6 to 8 inch cream colored pods. Pods are stringless and wide, compact, high yielding plants, bush habit, wax. Now wax means that you can't eat them, right? Or like you have to eat the beans within. Maybe? Or are these all ones that you can just... That's one thing I don't know about beans. I don't know how to tell which ones you can like cook whole and eat, and the ones that you have to open up. Empress, fin de bagno, bano. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's French, so they probably don't pronounce the G. Fin de bano. I don't know. I don't speak French. I can do Spanish and Italian accents far better than French. Ideal market. Flawless and early producing stringless pole bean with vines that bear 5-inch long snap beans all along its 6-foot long vines. This variety has a fine texture and excellent taste and is suitable for eating fresh or freezing. Introduced to the seed trade in 1914. Wow. So these are the classic string beans that you can cook and eat whole. I'm not a huge fan of them, but in my opinion, if you like asparagus, green beans are probably better because they're just so much easier to make. And since they're pole beans that you can just eat whole, that means they're far easier to harvest and just in general much better. And in every way, they're better. Every single way. Kentucky Wonder Pole. That sounds weird. Pencil Pod Golden Wax. That does not sound appetizing. But they look okay. They look like they'd be a little sour. I don't know why. Probably because they're yellow, like a lemon. Alright, Snap Beans Provider. Purple Potted Pole. I like the name. Royalty Purple Pod. I think I tried buying those one time, but they sold out. Hidasta Red. Hidasta Shield Figure. Mayflower. Ooh, the Mayflower looks pretty. I like that one. Also known as Amish Nuddle, or I'm assuming Amish Nuddle. Cut short type bean packed with small square seeds that are white, speckled with rose. Prized for delicious flavor when eaten fresh despite strings. Also excellent as a dry bean. I want to try that one. I'm going to mark that one. The Mayflower. $3.75 for 50 seeds. That's more than enough for me. And if it's an Amish variety, that means it's perfect for this area. It'd probably be even better if I was a little bit more north. Alright. Arikara Yellow. Seeds were originally obtained from the Arikara tribe of North Dakota. Excellent for use as a baking bean. Prolific plants, good drought tolerance. Huh. You know, there's not a lot of instances where I hear of people baking beans anymore. Like, I know baked beans, but like, they don't really bake them. Like, in my opinion, baking is like when you put it in an oven. A lot of people will make baked beans in a crock pot or on the stove. I don't know. Calypso. That is a very beautiful yin yang style. Yeah, yin yang. Originally from the Caribbean. I just love how beautiful these look. And I'd only want it for that. I bet their flowers are beautiful too. That or they're extremely simple, which, you know, simple flowers can be very beautiful. Good Mother Stallard. One of the 1,186 beans given to Seed Savers Exchange in 1981 by bean collector John Withy of Massachusetts. Named for Carrie Bell Stallard of Wise County, Virginia. Dates to at least the 1930s. Wonderful, rich, meaty flavor, great for soups. Very productive. I'm going to circle that one too. I wasn't expecting to circle so many beans. And honestly, like, I'm assuming all of these that you can just kind of eat like a green bean, string bean, whatever. They want to grow the dragon's tongue, but the ideal market. Empress is apparently a bestseller, and they look just the same. So I'm going to go with Empress. Eh. Oh my goodness. These pens are finicky. Dragon's tongue. I messed that one up bad. Alright, then we got painted pony over here. That looks simple, nice, not bad. Very productive. Tiger's eye. That looks really not bad. Kind of boring. Turkey craw. Interesting. Reported to have been found in a wild turkey's craw as they matured, stringless 6-inch pods enclose attractive brown seeds. I'm gonna mute myself for a second. Alright. Let's see here. The lima beans. I can't remember the last time I had a lima bean, but it is not common for me. I don't hate them, but like, I'm never gonna go out of my way to eat a lima bean. Christmas. That's pretty looking. Henderson bush, very simple. Siva, also very simple. I think I prefer the Henderson bush out of these three. I don't know why, I'd have to try it, but those don't look the most appetizing. They look like they'd be a lot tougher than that, just because of the color. Makes it more look like a stone, a pebble. Okay, painted lady improved. That is a beautiful flower. This runner bean are very attractive to hummingbird moths. The strain of runner beans is less affected by warmer temperatures, also known as bicolor runner and painted runner. It's edible, but it's prized for its flowers. Sunset runner, that's also beautiful. Scarlet runner, also beautiful. These are runner beans, soybeans, beets. I'm not into beets, but we can look at them. I've tried growing, I think it was actually a variety very similar to this with the rings of red and white, because it was beautiful looking, but I don't like the flavor. Albino, early blood, Burpee's garden, or Burpee's golden, Detroit dark red, yellow intermediate mango, and Chioggia. I actually enjoy the leaves far more than the fruit, the root itself. It's technically not a fruit, it's a root. Alright, and this is arugula. Spicy. The spicy leaf. One time I bought arugula instead of lettuce because I didn't really know what it was. And then when I tried making a salad out of it, I had many regrets. Now mixed in with lettuce, that'd probably not be too bad, but by itself, no. Good on a sandwich though, especially like a chicken sandwich. So Apollo, an arugula, named arugula. Sylvetta. And then we got Asian greens. We got Chinese celery. That's a cabbage called celery for some reason. Probably because it looks like celery. Mizuna. I really like the frilly leaves. Peking Taching Kao Pai Sai. The prolific, easy to grow Asian green. It's a Brassica rapa. Can be prepared like any other brassica green, such as collards and kale. Alright. Prize choy. I tried bok choy once, and I wasn't a fan. It looks better than it tastes for me. Bok choy, tatsoi. Broccoli. I've always wanted to grow broccoli, but I've heard that it's not worth it. It's difficult to grow. It takes up a lot of space. Um, probably more not worth it commercially. But if you have the space to grow, I think it was not worth it if you didn't have a lot of space. That's what it was. I know that it's hard to grow, and that the plant needs like 5 feet around it, like a 3 to 2.5 foot radius, which is a lot of space. Trying to take a sip of coffee, and that was not a good idea. Brussels sprouts. That's one thing that I do want to try growing one day, just because it looks like a really cool plant. I don't really have a lot of broccoli varieties. I only got like 3 here. I want to try growing Brussels sprouts. Oh yeah, cauliflower. I prefer cauliflower over broccoli. And the violet one is so pretty. But like all 3 of these are cool. I think the coolest one would probably be the Romanesco. I don't know if it'd be the best tasting or not. Delicious, fresh, or cooked. Smooth 7-inch head. Widely grown and prized in Italy. Interesting. I don't think we have a climate that close to Italy here. But I don't know. I have not been to Italy, but I think it'd be closer to California. Mediterranean. Whoops, didn't mean to write that. I think the early snowball variety makes the most sense here. They have cabbage up here. I've never grown cabbage. I want to try. And I think this one has the nicest looking leaves. The early Jersey Wakefield. Because like I feel like this one, I don't know why, I don't feel like that one's gonna be flavorful. This one has like a dark green, slightly waxy but not too waxy. This one looks like it's thick and chewy. This one looks like it's thin and chewy. This one looks like it's crisp. That's the best way to say this. At least to me. I don't know. I've not tried any of those. The red one also looks pretty good. But I'm gonna go with this one. Ellen Felton Dark, Georgia Southern, Miss Annie Pearl. These are all collard greens. Having issues. Old Timey Blue, Vates, Dwarf Blue, Curled Scotch. Very pretty, but I don't like collard greens, to be honest. I like lettuce. Cabbage is not bad. Collard greens, not my favorite. I've tried growing kale, and that was awful. I don't know if mustard counts, like the mustard leaves, not the mustard, I don't think they're the same kind, but, I grew a giant Japanese purple mustard. I think it was Japanese, I don't remember, but it was a giant purple mustard. Not only was it beautiful, but, it tasted amazing. I ate like just one or two leaves on a sandwich, like a chicken sandwich. Oh my god, it's just so good, so good. What are these? Kohlrabi. I've never had kohlrabi. I don't think I'd grow it, but I'd have to look up how to cook that. Greens and mustards. Here we go. Spicy greens mix. I wouldn't mind that one. Bird, no. Feaster family heirloom, nah. Well, that can't be all the mustards and stuff they have. And lettuce. Now we're on to rutabaga and turnips. Not interested, to be completely honest with you. They're carrots. The dragon variety is definitely one that I want to try. Yet I don't. Oh, I see, it's right here. $3.75. Yeah, they just charge $3.75 per packet. Just in general. Alright, I don't know what that sound was, but I'm gonna edit that out. Corn. Different corn varieties. I still have a bunch of atomic red corn kernels. Oh, wait, there's my seeds right there. 1 second. Alright, this is my bag of seeds that I brought. I mailed it over so I didn't have to bring it through the TSA. Just a Ziploc baggie with miniature baggies in it. This is just, I think, a pinto bean. This is pomegranate seeds. This is the Baker Creek heirloom seeds. This is black Hungarian pepper. I thought it was beautiful. I was never able to successfully grow that one. I think that might be it. And this is all corn that I grew. The atomic red. I think this was from Burpee. I'm not sure. But it wasn't that successful. That was pretty much everything that I grew. And that's I mean, compared to how many seeds I bought, like, I multiplied it significantly, but I could have done much better if the gophers didn't destroy everything and I had better soil and if I knew what I was doing, which I don't. I'm just learning. And it's going to be a long learning process. Alright, let's look at these. Aunt Mary's. Those look kind of sad, not gonna lie. Best white sweet corn in the world? Absolutely not. Bear paw. Just reading this popcorn. It's a popcorn variety. Those look okay. Black Aztec. Excellent blue cornmeal. That would be cool. my goodness. Imagine eating blue cornbread. Or blue grits. Oh my goodness. That'd be amazing. Blue jade. That looks alright. Very uniform looking. Except for those two. Country gentleman. Fresh eating or canning. Those look weird. I like it, but also weird looking. Oh, Connecticut. Okay, so that would actually grow well here apparently, if it's from Connecticut. Alright. Tom Thumb popcorn. That looks beautiful. And Sophie loves making popcorn. Yeah, I would love to do that. I wonder if I can make popcorn with the atomic red. If you know, let me know in the comments down below if I can just use those corn kernels and make popcorn. That'd be cool. I'd try it, but I don't wanna. Cucumbers, definitely something I'm gonna grow one day, and I'm definitely gonna be making a lot of pickles. I like pickles. I don't like eating like a giant pickle like out of the jar, but I like putting pickles on sandwiches like burgers and chicken sandwiches and stuff like that. First, double yield. I mean, that's a good name. Jelly melon. I want to try that. Their flavor is reminiscent of pomegranate and citrus. Used as a garnish or decorative fruit, usually. Well, that's unfortunate. I want to try it, though. I've always wanted to try one of those, but cucumbers never tend to grow well for me, or my parents, or my mother especially. Every cucumber she ever plants just dies because she does not take care of them. I've never planted a cucumber myself, so Mexican sour gherkin. Already pickled taste. Interesting. Snow's fancy pickling. Russian pickling. Parison pickling. Puna Kira. Parade. Resistant to extreme weather conditions. Yeah, this parade variety seems like the best option. I still have yet to try an eggplant. Not gonna lie, they don't look the most appetizing, nor do they smell the most appetizing. But one day I want to make ratatouille. Preferably without any rodents involved. Ground cherries, garden berries. I'd love to try a ground cherry one day. Garden huckleberry. Both of these look good. brought it from Canada, or to Canada from Russia. Minneapolis. I think this one might be the better of the two for my conditions. I could be wrong. I probably am. But there's only one way to find out. Well, there's probably a lot of ways to find out. Oh, here's the lettuce varieties. Aunt May's Bib. All cream lettuce. That just sounds weird. Butterhead lettuce. I know those are good. That's one of the ones that I grew and I loved it. So I'd probably go for Aunt May's Bib, even though I don't like the name. Ella Croft. Capitan. The Dutch lettuce variety grows quite uniformly. These are all pretty beautiful. They're all Butterhead varieties. Illinois, Missouri, Oklahoma. I don't know the climate of those three all too well. I think they're all pretty similar to one another, but I could be entirely wrong. I don't know which one would be closer to Connecticut. That's one thing I try to think about and connect. Because if you get something that's good in the right climate, or especially if it's from Connecticut or from the area that you're from, then you know it's going to grow well in your area. I think out of all of these, if I just had to choose off looks, I think, it'd have to be between Grandma or Grandpa. Both of them look great. Both the same price and everything. I think I'd go with the Grandma one because it's smoother. It looks crispier in a way. That looks all. I don't know. There's no real rhyme to the reason. Rhyme or reason, whatever. Crisp head lettuce. Summertime. That's the kind that you'll find on a lot of fast food burgers. Loose leaf. Gold Rush. That one's a nice one. I don't like those really frilly ones too much, usually, because those frills tend to make it tougher for some reason. The baby oak leaf and Gold Rush both look really good. A lot of lettuce varieties. You can't really go wrong with lettuce, though. I'm gonna start speeding up because this is the 50-minute mark, so melons, cantaloupes and stuff. Healy's Pride, Montreal Market, Mother Mary's Pie. Let's go back one. The Amish. Yeah, I bet that one's actually really good. We've grown cantaloupes before, and they usually come out better than our watermelons. But I am in a completely different climate, and I have not grown anything here. But I intend on growing this next year. Artichoke, I've tried growing artichoke. But that stuff's hard to grow. And that is the furnace. Okra. I think Hill Country Red is the coolest one here. And I want to try growing okra one day. Onions. Walla Walla. I've always wanted to grow the Egyptian crawling onion. California was not the right environment for it, but here it probably would grow well in the summer. I like red onion a lot more than most people. See, it seems, anyways. I'm the least picky eater I know, next to my father, but even then, he's pretty picky. There's very few things that I won't eat. I won't eat spaghetti. I don't like spaghetti. I'll eat it, but like I don't like it. Like, even then, I'm not that picky. Like, spaghetti's one of my least favorite foods. Which is a lot of people's favorite food for some reason. And a lot of fish. Like, especially if it gets cold. Like, and they cool down very quick. So, like, fresh lobster, fresh crab that's like warm, fresh shrimp, preferably warm shrimp, I can eat. But the second it starts to cool down, it's disgusting. Although tuna, I'll eat cold. I love tuna fish sandwiches. Calamari. I've had calamari once. That was delicious. Peas. British Wonder. Green Arrow. Swenson Swedish. Green Arrow is the best seller. Bill Jumps Soup Pea. The vigorous, highly productive, and versatile soup variety tastes delicious whether eaten dried and super fresh right off the vine. Alright, I'm gonna, bet. I love growing peas. They're beautiful. And they're such a delicate plant. Which is a bad thing for growing, but it's still beautiful. Peppers, sweet peppers in particular. Those do look beautiful. Sweet, sweet, sweet. I like the bright red, but I like a variety of colors when it comes to peppers, but I'd have to go with that one. These are all sweet as well. Healthy Golden Treasure. I like that orange. I bet those are delicious too, but yeah. More sweets. Miniature Chocolate Bell. That would probably be amazing in a chili. Marconi Red. Purple Beauty. You can't go wrong with that one. Nada Peno. That variety looks like a classic. Why am I getting buzzed? Emails. Let's take a look here. Don't remind me. Alright. I want to look at the spicy hot peppers, which is going to be on the next page, but these are still sweet. Tequila Sunrise. Sweet with an occasional hot pepper. I like that. Russian roulette peppers. Now, if I grow them right next to spicy peppers, then you bet your ass all the sweet peppers are gonna be spicy. The black Hungarian looks nice. Beaver Dam. Ooh, the Aurora. Oh, those are. It's like Christmas lights in a bush. Fatali. Sizzling hot. I like that. Everything about this one. Gelano, that's probably going to produce a lot of them. I've grown a Carolina Reaper and I've tried it, and oh my god, bad idea. Don't do that. Habanero Red. I wonder if they have any Chipotle varieties. Those are pretty. Grandma Kursky or Kirksey. Nope, now we're on the radishes. Alright. Those rooster spurs over here look good. Oh, and the Texas bird. I really want to grow one of these tiny peppers. I'm going to be a pepper grower. That's one thing that I'm going to grow a lot of. Because I love peppers. I don't care about radish. Swiss chard, summer squash, golden zucchini. I mean, of course, black beauty zucchini, summer crookneck. Those are classics. Pumpkins, winter squash, cornfield pumpkin. What are these for? Traditionally grown as a companion crop planted with field corn. I need a cough. Alright. Carving and fall decorating. No thank you. I want pumpkins that are worth eating. Moderately sweet. Now I grew a pumpkin one time. I think it was actually last year. I grew a bunch of pumpkins. And I actually successfully cut one in half, roasted it, and made a homemade pumpkin pie. And it was amazing. Homegrown is always so much better. I had to try more squash. They're a little weird, not gonna lie. This one looks like it would be fun to try. These look like they'd kill me. They're like shriveled up and dead. Personally, I don't want to grow those. I'd try it if someone else prepared it, but Table Queen, I think I've had one very similar to this. Acorn squash. Yeah, I've had acorn squash once before, and it was not bad. Winter Luxury. That one looks beautiful. Perfect size for 2 pies. That's exactly what I want to grow pumpkins for. Pies, and I want to try making more pumpkin foods. Whoops. I wrote a little sticky note for the 37-minute mark so that I can edit it out. Tomatillo. I've never grown any of those. Gourds. I bet Soph would love to carve out a gourd. We used to grow these birdhouse gourds, and we tried making some birdhouses out of them. I would love to do that again. Although, I don't really want to live in this part of the world. I want to live somewhere a tiny bit. I don't know, I'm used to California. And it's a bit too wet here. I like it, but I'm gonna have to get used to it. Okay, all the tomato varieties, the black crim, all of these look great. Black Seaman, that's a bad name. You should never have sea and man right next to each other. And if it's black, you should go see a doctor. Black Crim. I've always wanted to try the Cherokee one. Japanese Trifle Black. Cherokee Purple. Yeah, this one right here. Ukrainian Purple. Paul Robeson. Both of, like, all three of those look great. Interesting. I don't know how I feel about white tomatoes. They're still like beefcake, sort of. Here we go. These right here. Beams Yellow Pear. These are amazing. I want to grow those again. Although the ones that we were growing were darker than that. These pages are kind of sticky. Like right in the seam. It's gonna get torn apart. I haven't looked through this before, so a paragon of a tomato. Okay. Jeez, there's so many tomato varieties. That one looks good. That's a huge tomato. I've always wanted to grow a huge tomato. Oh yes, the watermelon. Blacktail Mountain. Every time I've tried buying like the popular watermelon varieties, they've always sold out. Like there was one called like Starry Night or something like that. That was like almost, it was really dark with yellow specks on it. I always wanted to grow, but it's very similar to this one, but bigger. Small Shining Lights, Sweet Siberian, both of those. God, I want to grow all of these. The Oh So Sweet looks amazing. I love watermelon. Who doesn't? If you don't like watermelon, then what's wrong with you? Herbs. I do love growing herbs too. Although I don't use too many of them. I love rosemary. I like thyme. I love mint. And I dropped the cap. There we go. Fell off the back of my pen. Ooh, I do love chamomile. So does Sophie. Cumin, Greek oregano, chives, hyssop. Oh, I love lavender. Lavender is one of my favorites. The smell of lavender. That's one thing that I'm gonna miss the most about where I used to live. I lived right next to a massive lavender farm where they'd always hold a lavender festival. And every time I went on a walk, like the old folks' home right next to it had lavender all around the perimeter. So I'd like pluck one and just sniff it just the whole walk with my dog. Like I hated it there, but I also loved it. Like I loved the nature. Even though there wasn't much, I loved what there was. And I think it was easier to appreciate because there wasn't that much of it, which is something that I hated about it. But now that there's so much here, I guess what they have here is not what I'm interested in. The smells, the type of nature in California was far more interesting to me than this area. Because it's mostly just trees and grasses, and I mean, if I looked deeper, then there would probably be some more interesting varieties of things, but if I had to choose where to live, I've been quite a few places for someone who's like never traveled, and I'd have to pick Wildwood Canyon in California. That type of nature is my favorite, and there's a particular place, if you've ever been to Wildwood Canyon in California, Southern California, there's something called the High Up House. If I had infinite money, that is where I'd start like a bed and breakfast or something. If it was ever for sale. If I could ever do such a thing. That was heaven up there. St. John's Wort. No idea what that tastes like. Stevia. It's a sweetener. Thyme. I want to grow thyme at some point. I've never had fresh thyme that I can remember, that I know of. Bells of Ireland. Bee's Friend, that looks beautiful. So does American Basket Flower. Bells of Ireland, I like that. That's cool. Oh, jeez. You can buy castor beans? That's dangerous. Himalayan celosia. That's okay. It's not my favorite. Dwarf columbine, that is pretty. Diablo Cosmos, oh my goodness. That is a weird flower. Seashells Cosmos. Not my favorite. Raider Blue. Delphinium. That's alright, but I really like these giant spotted foxgloves. They're all poisonous. Black hollyhock. I've seen some of these hollyhocks before on walks in California. The old folks would grow some of them. They're always beautiful because they were towering over the brick walls. Milkmaid Nasturtium. I like that one. I like the foliage on these marigolds. Oh wow. Black Knight Pincushion. Getting messages from people on Discord. What's going on here? Oh boy. Friend Nolan sending me videos from Meat Canyon. I'm sorry to bring that up. Gatterman Heirloom Poppy. Don't look that up, by the way. Do not look up Meat Canyon. It is not worth it. This one is beautiful. Heritage Farm Poppy. California poppies. Oh, I love California poppies. We had some growing in our backyard, and I tried I bought a packet of California poppy seeds and I spread them all over. That's one of the things that I did before I left. I took all the seeds that I really wanted and all the extra ones that were just a pain. They were all mixed together. And then I just spread them across the entire property, even parts that weren't ours. So they're gonna find pumpkins and stuff growing just randomly whenever it rains. And it's gonna be wonderful. Sweet peas are poisonous. I didn't know that. I knew that, well, actually, I think I did. I knew that they're not edible. But not a lot of flowers you want to eat, anyways. Verbena, that's beautiful. These pens are finicky. They have so many flowers. White cypress vine, moonflower. Oh, that's not the same. I was hoping that they were selling Datura, but they're not. It's one of the things that I found was sacred Datura, and I tried spreading it as much as I could because it's such a beautiful plant. I ended up poisoning myself a little bit with it. Just so you know, the seed pod's off gas, and a plastic baggie is not enough to protect yourself from that. So don't put it in your room and sleep in the same room as a poisonous off-gassing plant or seed pod. Oh, those are pretty. The bee feed mix. I like those like very soft, light petally plants. Sunflowers. My mother loves growing sunflowers. Trying to bake the seeds and stuff is always difficult. Mammoth Russian. That, I think, yeah, the mammoth variety is a really good one from what I remember. Alright, this video is quite long, and I think I'm going to end it here. Who's buying this stuff? Who wants a Seed Savers Exchange beanie or sweater? This is stuff you give to your employees. Unless you're really fanatic about this particular company. But, yeah. I am going to end it here. So thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you found it relaxing and entertaining and all that good stuff. And I really hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.